I have a patron who is trying to ascertain why Northwestern has a particular strength in a type of book that is part of the collection. So I have to go to the archival records to determine why Northwestern has the book collection that it does. Get the answer to the member of the faculty who will do with it as he pleases. So what I'm doing, I'm looking through records of the Northwestern University Library, their acquisitions, to get a sense, I hope, of why this institution acquired the material it did, possibly a century ago. And given that I'm not finding anything, this is suggesting to me that this riddle is not going to be so easily solved. Hey.
It's because, congratulations, LinkedIn
You know,
told me it was your 40th anniversary.
I used to walk around with a camera crew following me. I decided it was too much.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Yeah, 40 years goes by in a hurry, doesn't it?
Wow.
It does.
So sometimes when you expect to find a record of someone or some event and it's not there, you have to think of why is it there? Is it just chance? Is it because the record was destroyed at some point before it got over here? Because no one kept a record? God knows why. But sometimes you think you're very likely to find something and you don't. You just have to come up with a theory as to why that is. And hope for the best. I haven't salted the steps yet. So as you can see, this is the family archives. These are the records of my life and my wife's life, and records relating to our ancestors. And yeah, if the house ever caught fire, this is the type of stuff I would try and save first. Well, I doubt my kids are going to want to take on all this information. So my worry is that as soon as I die, my wife is going to have this stuff out on the parkway for the garbage man to pick up. I don't know who would take this on. I'm not sure my kids really. Well, I'm pretty sure they don't care at all. Never considered what I am, what I'm doing now. I mean, that was, I'm an archivist, right? Who's ever heard of an archivist? So that was not in the cards for me. An account I wrote of, a news account of my pet turtle dying. Not so hot in math. I was okay in English, A-. I was just hanging around with her. She was a very kind lady, adored me, so she was really pleasant to be around. She was a very good storyteller, and she had so many stories to tell. Bedtime, that was the promise. Get to bed and I'll tell you a story. So, that was a trick to get me into bed at a reasonable hour as a young child. And then she'd just give me stories of the goings on at the silk mills of Paterson, New Jersey, or the mill workers who came to my great-grandfather's saloon. But just the tales of living in an industrial mill town and the different way of life, the fact that she would think back and talk about horse-drawn wagons. And I'm living, my folks had a Pontiac Firebird fire engine red convertible. So this living memory of a vastly different world. It's probably a misfortune that I'm in the trade that I am, because I save all this crap. And I know at some point my wife is going to want to downsize, move to someplace much smaller, and what am I going to do with it at that point, or what is she going to do with it when I die? And I'm afraid it's going to hit the trash. I'll have to find an archives that'll take it. I forgot about that. darling?
Almost time. Almost. So this is, can I interview you? What are you doing here? A day in the life of Kevin? Probably better off not seeing this side of you. The professional side.
On my best behavior. That's my bride. I worked at this law firm in Chicago as one of many who were hired to work a particular case, researchers, recent college graduates. So I was in a big office that had 2 desks. And so soon I was accompanied in that room by a lovely young lady who delighted me and fascinated me from day one. And I am very pleased to say that I've been married to her now for 37 years. So the problem with my wife, though, is when I met her, she had a boyfriend. But
What did you do?
I had to do my best to undermine that. I think she was sweet on me, so it's worked out well. Yeah. I'm a very lucky guy, very happy guy.
And it's kind of fun to go back sometimes. Do you remember where we were when we did this? And go back to open up the files and they're all there. Or our wedding stuff. So it's definitely provided a really rich opportunity to go down memory lane. I do worry about the future of it because it's pretty darn extensive and I know the kids won't be able to keep it all. We've cleaned out 3 parents' houses already, so I kind of have appreciation for having to let go. I'm trying to get Kevin there, but he's a natural hoarder.
I don't think I'm going to have any particular legacy. No one's going to remember me. You know, my wife and children, grandchildren, as long as they're alive, and then it goes away. What I can do for people is offer them a legacy and saying, hey, I want your stuff, and we will steward that material into the next generation or the next generations or centuries. And in a way, you get to live on. We have the records of hundreds of people, if not thousands of people in our collections here. We have material on a lot of people who have left this earth. And I think it's really cool that in written form or in photographic form or in film or sound recordings, they get to speak again and they get to inform the people of the present and the future of their lives. Now, I don't think I'm going to be one of those voices who will directly speak to the future. Who's going to want my files, right? I can't ethically go home and say, hey, buddy, I want your files, my files, and put them in the archives and commit Northwestern Space to my stuff, even though I've got 30, 40 feet worth of correspondence and whatnot. I've had a great life, but I haven't had a significant life. So my legacy, I hope, is that there will be a good collection and that people in the future will be just that bit smarter for the use of it, and I guess that's its reward. They won't know my name or anything about me, but if that happens, and I won't know, but when I die, I'll die happy, God willing, because I've had a great life.